All right, good evening, friends. So go ahead and write down your date and your title and your learning goal. Your learning goal is I will be able to apply my knowledge of lines to angles and 2D shapes. Pause your video and press play when you're ready to begin again. Okay, so for tonight we're going to be doing a tip chart. Remember that your tip chart is term, information, and picture. The first word we're going to be doing is line. A line is a straight path that goes on forever and ever in both directions. So here are my pictures of lines. Notice that I have arrows on both ends to show that my line goes on forever in both directions. Pause your video to get your information copied down and press play when you're ready to begin again. Your next word is line segment. A line segment is a part of a line that has two endpoints. So over here I have a line, and then I have these 2 points. Those are what we call endpoints. And that section in the middle would be what we call our line segment. And as you can see over here, I've drawn a line segment without the arrow. So that is a line segment. It has 2 endpoints. And lines and line segments are going to become important when we start looking at 2D shapes, because 2D shapes are made up of different line segments. Pause your video and press play when you're ready to begin again. Alright, our next word is ray. A ray is a part of a line that has one endpoint and extends without end in one direction. So, unlike a line that had 2 arrows showing that it went on forever in both directions, a ray has an end point and an arrow on the opposite end, meaning it only goes on forever in this direction, but it stops right here. Rays, you're going to see a lot of times make up angles, and we're going to talk about what angles are a little bit later. So pause your video and press play when you're ready to begin again. Our next word is intersecting. Intersecting is when 2 or more lines cross paths. So here I have one line and another that are crossing paths. They run into each other. This is what we would call perpendicular lines. These lines are intersecting, but they are not perpendicular, and we're going to talk about that in just a minute. Pause your video and press play when you're ready to begin again. Your next word is oblique. Oblique lines are lines that intersect, but they do not intersect perpendicularly. So do you see that these lines intersect, but they don't form what we call a square or an L where they touch? So up here in these perpendicular lines, they form a perfect L where they meet. Here, I do not have a perfect L, so they intersect as oblique lines. Pause your video and press play when you're ready to begin again. Your next word is perpendicular. Perpendicular lines are line segments, and rays that form right angles when they intersect. And a right angle is exactly 90 degrees. And we will talk about that when we get to angles, but basically it forms an L, or you can draw a perfect square where the lines intersect. Pause your video and press play when you're ready to begin again. And your last word is angle. An angle is a figure formed by 2 rays or line segments that meet at an end point. And an end point is right where the 2 lines meet. An angle is the space in between the 2 lines. So here, this is what we would call a right angle. It's the one that forms a perfect L. This is what we call an obtuse angle. It's a wide angle. And this is an acute angle. It's really small, a cute little angle. So, all of these words are going to be important tomorrow in class. You're going to have to be able to identify these different terms in some pictures that we're going to look at. So make sure that you've had all of your words copied down and all of your notes copied down, and I am excited to work on these tomorrow. Have a great night.